ni Kristo.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all of our viewers and listeners tuning in with us here in INCRadio, Texas Satellite Studio. It is currently 1:31 p.m. Central Daylight Time here in Austin, Texas. And today I'm your host, Brother Justin Talayoga. And then I'm very excited to be with you all here today. And before we move forward with our show, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and see who else is with us for today. Let's stay here in Austin where we have one of our co-hosts for today, Sister Jamie. Sister Jamie, how are you?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and thank you all for joining us today. I am doing well and I'm very excited for our topic.
All right, thank you so much for being here, Sister Jamie. And we're gonna go ahead and head our way down south, I think. Sister Abby, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing good. Hello to everyone viewing.
Yes, thank you so much for being here, Sister Abby. And also here with us, we have Sister Marissa. Sister Marissa, how are you?
I'm good, Paul. Hello, everyone.
All right, Sister Marissa, thank you so much for being here. And would you mind telling us which part of Texas you're from?
I'm from Universal City, Paul.
All right, Universal City. Thank you so much for being with here with us, Sister Marissa. Now let's go ahead and dive into our topic for today, which is all about Filipino food, because Filipino food is loved by many, especially for those who are non-Filipino. But for this podcast, we're going to see exactly how much we know about it, and of course, if we have any fond memories of Filipino food, and that's what our show is going to be about for for today. And so, but before we dive into that, of course, let's go ahead and get to know for some of our panelists. So I'm going to open this question to everyone here on our panel. So, what is your Filipino food? And that is actually our question of the day. So, to all of our viewers and listeners, our question of the day is, what is your favorite Filipino food? So, please let us know in our live YouTube chat. We'll be sure to read those at some point during our show. So, what is your favorite Filipino food? This is open to any of the panelists. What is your favorite?
Well, my favorite is sinigang for sure. That's like one of my go-to. I think that's everyone. Like as a kid, I have very fond memories, or it's mostly nostalgic for me because it's one of those dishes or like meals that you have on a Sunday where you gather with all your family. You have this big pot of sinigang. For those of you who don't know what sinigang is, it's like basically a sour soup based, almost like it's. Would you say it's a stew or a soup? I want to say it's a soup, and then it's usually
I
like
say it's a soup too.
right. I would think it's more of a soup, and then it's got like yummy components. Like it can be like pork ribs and like
Like I feel like
tomatoes, lots of veggies. Yeah,
I feel like stew would be more
thicker.
thick. Yeah, thick.
Yeah, thicker.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
that would be more of like a what is it? Like a machado or something like that. So that's more of a stewy kind of dish. But definitely like my sinigang is like one of like my absolute like kind of favorite go to, and I think it's just because it just connects me to like Sunday family gatherings or something like that. You make a big pot and that's when everyone gets together, especially like maybe like after church or something for either an early dinner or a late lunch. What about you, Sister Abby? What's like your go-to like comfort, like I guess Filipino food?
I'm with you, Sister Jamie, on liking foods that kind of represent like large gatherings. For me, growing up, all of my birthday parties were just full of Filipino food that my family would cook, and I always found it really funny whenever I invited my non-Filipino friends to my birthdays, and then maybe like for the next week or so, they'll be like, "What was that food that you had at your birthday the other day? Like the that meat that you had, it was really good. Like, can you bring us some tomorrow for lunch?" And it's always really funny.
And
Um,
that's how you make friends.
exactly. I
That's
think
how you make more
yeah,
friends.
the closest way to somebody's heart is through their stomach.
I've heard that saying. I've
Absolutely.
heard that saying.
Yes. Yes. What about you, Sister Marissa? What is like your go-to like comfort Filipino food? Whether you're making it or eating it or sharing it, like what's your go-to pop?
Same here for me, sinigang. And you can never go wrong with sinigang. Either it's hot, especially when it's cold, and I normally modify it with fish, healthier.
You
And
eat your sinigang cold. That is interesting. Like cold or with hot rice or just kind of like a little like room
yeah,
temperature?
I just take it from the refrigerator and have really hot rice, and then that's it. And it's good anytime. You can eat it
Oh,
for you know uh, late afternoon or
yeah.
dinner.
You're right. It's
For me,
breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a merienda or
Yes,
snack.
for
yeah.
me,
I love it.
my favorite is arroz caldo. I mean, of course, there are all those favorite, but the only reason why I like this one is because back when I was 14, right? I think I was like, yeah, I was 14. Back when I was 14 years old, that's when I had my wisdom teeth pulled out. So of course, when you go through that procedure, you're limited to what you can eat. You can't really chew anything large, or anything hard, like candy. Definitely no candy, no sandwiches. But for arroz caldo, it's good for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and also it's you don't need to chew it that much. And also since it's normally served hot, it felt really good for my for my jaw and teeth. I'm just like, oh man, this is so good.
So,
And
so you basically associate arroz caldo with healing properties for yourself.
exactly. Yes. Yes.
Right.
It's one of
Okay.
those feel good foods.
Yes.
And now that we're a little deeper into our show right now, let's go ahead and see what we're gonna do for our show for today, which is of course all about Filipino food. And for our viewers and listeners who are out there, please let us know what is your favorite Filipino food out there. So what's gonna happen right now is that a description of a certain Filipino dish is gonna be shown. And what's going to happen here is that participants here will try to identify the dish based on the description. To our viewers and listeners who are out there who are watching, you're more than welcome, and you're more than welcome to participate. So, is everyone ready? Okay, all right. Let's see how many you all can recognize. So let's go ahead and start off small right here. Okay, so this dish is wrapped made with meat, cabbage, onions, and other vegetables wrapped in a no, not in a thin pastry, and is deep fried. Which one is this?
Regular lumpia.
You think it's lumpia? Okay, all right. What about everyone else? Do y'all know what this could be?
Vegetable lumpia.
Okay, all right. What about Sister Abby? What do you think it is?
I was also going to go with lumpia.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that is actually an all-time favorite. Yes, it is. It is lumpia. Yes.
But before you go on, there's two or several different kinds, right? But
For sure. Yes, one with
this one
meat.
is not the tiny ones. This is kind of like the bigger
Oh,
one,
Mm.
right? Because Shanghai is only meat. And it's basically, I think, mostly pork and shrimp with maybe a little
oh,
bit of vegetable. Is that what you were thinking? Was this supposed to be a Shanghai?
oh! I didn't know.
If
I
anyone
didn't.
viewing, can someone clarify that? Because I know for
I did.
sure there's a
I thought that
regular
was just.
lumpia, and then there's a Shanghai, and there's also this called lumpiang sariwa, which is also like the fresh, like spring roll that's like made with veggies and stuff.
Oh,
So
looks like.
I think this one is That's why I said regular lumpia. That's why when you asked. That's why I said that.
And looks like we have our very talented Kuya Tech who's doing some clarification here. Lupiang Sariwa, is that how you pronounce it?
So it's a fresh lumpia. That's type lumpia. But then
Okay,
it
all right.
says this one is deep fried. So
Okay, I didn't. Okay,
I did not that you can do lumpia Shanghai with fish. That is brilliant. I'm gonna have
I thought the thick ones and the thin ones was just depending on how you wanted it. I didn't know those were like legit names.
there's two different kinds.
Oh
Yes.
wow!
So then
But
that's why if you go to,
I've been
you
eating
know,
lumpia for the last several years. I didn't. I
So
didn't know that.
Shanghai is the little thin ones that I think that are most popular ones, at least for like the non-Filipinos. Like every time there is like a pot, like they always say, "Oh, can you bring that lumpia?" That's what they're talking about. It's the little like Shanghai one, and then but this one is more of like the regular egg roll. I would just say like it's a more of a regular egg roll. So
Yeah, it's my cousin's favorite because whenever we go to like a large family reunion, he's like, Kuya, I want egg roll." Okay, all right, let's take a look at this one right here. Okay, so this dish is made with a base of rice noodles and is made with stir-fried vegetables and sometimes meat. And this is also popular to serve at functions like birthday parties or reunions. Which one is this?
pancit, but what
Okay.
kind of pancit? I'm just kidding.
We're gonna be okay. I have more about this. We're gonna be here for forever on just the second slide. Oh, what about you, sister? What about you, sister? Marissa, which one do you think this is?
I was
Pancit?
gonna say pancit.
Pancit?
Okay, alrighty. Okay, well, the answer is pancit. Yes, and it's actually and this one actually
This is
is
so
very popular
pretty.
one. Yeah,
It's such
it's
a pretty pancit. Um, again, totally different kinds of pancit, right? If Sister
yes. Okay,
Marissa,
yes, yes,
yeah,
for sure.
okay,
That
right.
I know.
So this one would be what? This looks like a canton with the thicker egg noodle ones. It looks like it. It's so pretty. Whoever did this dish, it's like a painting. So pretty. I love all the veggies. Oh, look at that. Canton and
Okay, thank
palabok.
you.
Yes, Mickey. Oh, there is a lot of kinds of pancits out there. Sotang, oh, of course. Sotanghon, like the vermicelli, like super thin
Okay,
noodle.
okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm just curious. Kuyatek, are you the cook of the house? Because you seem to know a lot about this, Kuyatek.
Varieties.
All right, let's go ahead and move forward. Some essential ingredients for this dish include shaved ice, leche flan, sweetened bean paste, milk, fruit, ice cream, and other sweet add-ons. And this is very popular on a hot summer day. But before everyone guesses, let's go ahead and check in with our viewers and listeners. Looks like we have our very own multimedia advisor, but then Matt Carl Talent, who he was replying to this during our lumpia talk. He said this is the kind of lumpia is thicker and you dip it in vinegar. So Sister Jamie, you're right. And we also have just a little bit talents tuning in with us uh, uh, from Corpus Christi. And we also have our very own district supervising minister tuning in with us, Brother Noel Caritativo, who says, "Good afternoon to all brothers and sisters in Texas. Let us continue to support our very own INC Radio Texas." And we also have Sister Lorna Tyree tuning in with us, who says, "My favorite Filipino food is pancit bihon. I eat it every day." And that's just what we were looking at. And we also have Brother Ramel Aquino, the resident minister of Killeen, Texas, tuning in with us. And we also have coming all the way from Orange County, California, PJ and Thara tuning in with us. And we also have, wow, the chat is blowing up. We have Julie Domini tuning in with us from San Antonio, Texas. And we also have uh, Army Marin tuning in with us from Austin, Texas. Wow, good to see all of our viewers and listeners here with us for today. Ooh, rung the bell there. All right, so let's go back to this one. So, do we know which dish this one is?
Hello, hello?
Hello, hello.
Hello,
Hello,
hello.
hello.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, did you know that Halo Halo, fun fact, has Japanese origins? Did you know
Okay,
that?
okay, that I knew. That I knew.
Yes, yes. So I think the dessert is called adzuki. So basically it's ice and red beans and milk. I think that's kind of the like the base, right? So I think that's like the kind of the original um, you know, like I guess iteration of a halo halo. And then I think as I was watching this in one of those shows, and they were like kind of dissecting like the historical, aspects of it. And it's like I think it's all the different cultures that like basically migrated or like kind of stayed in the Philippines. They started putting their own ingredients in there, and I think ice cream is definitely the American version of or American addition to like a halo halo. Personally, if I can just like have like the ice those nata de coco and like the ube. That's my kind of halo halo. I don't really care for the beans or anything. I don't know, but what's your favorite? And the ube, that's my favorite. Like I like to put the like the halaya in there. What about you guys? Like, what do you have? Your ideal halo halo like mix?
Jackfruit.
I'm sorry, Sister Marissa. Did you say cat food?
Oh, jackfruit.
Oh, jackfruit.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually love jackfruit. Very sweet, very crunchy. Yeah, I actually love jackfruit. And oh wow, even Kuya Tech is here on our
He's chiming in on in what he wants in his halo halo. That's awesome.
Kuya Tech. Maybe you should come in here and join us in our live discussion. But wow, okay, so I Sister Jamie, can you pronounce these as to what Kuya Tech is saying?
Ube. Ube, you know what ube is, and it's gained popularity. Like even grocery stores, local grocery stores, carry like ube ice cream now out here. So that's so exciting. If you ever see it, get some. Let's see. He said nata de coco kaong. I think kaong. They're like these like al dente. That's what I will say. Like al dente, like like coconut, like jelly things. Oh, they're so good. Like they have like this kind of chew to it. So good. Mongo, red beans is what it is. But this halo halo is so pretty. Now I want a halo halo because it's so hot here. Okay, next one.
Okay, all right. So this dish is marinated meats in a brine of salt, vinegar, soy sauce, pepper, garlic, and other spices. Which one is this?
So obvious.
Okay, someone other than Sister Jamie answer.
'Cause I like to eat, so I know what this is.
Okay, which one is this? Someone other than Sister Jamie and Kuya Tech. Okay, so for our panelists, don't look at what Kuya Tech said.
Oh, I didn't see the chat, but I
Okay,
think it's adobo.
okay, all right. What about you, Sister Marissa? Which one do you think this is?
Oh yes, of course, adobo.
All right, okay. Well, y'all got that without Sister Jamie. Good. Yes, the answer is
Okay,
adobo.
but fun fact, did you know
No, no, let's
that
hear it.
that originally adobo was really just cooked with vinegar? I think in there was actually a non-Filipino um what do you call it? There was like this non-Filipino chef that actually his whole show is about going into like histories of food and like how they would have been originally prepared. And it's interesting that like originally this was really truly like the vinegar was to preserve the meat. And then again, other influences came into, like the Philippines and started adding their twist on it. And I think the soy sauce came later with, I think it's more of like a kind of a Chinese counter or like a Chinese addition to adobo. But originally it was just cooked with just meat and vinegar as a way. I mean, when you think about it, it's almost like pickling it. I feel like that's kind of maybe the origin, just to preserve it, right? So they can
Huh.
like, transport it from, or
I I never
yeah,
actually thought of that.
it's
Pickling
interesting,
it.
like kind of pickling it. But
Oh, wow. Okay.
this is
That's
such a pretty adobo too.
okay. All right. Let's go ahead and see what else we got here. Okay. All right. This dish is usually made with chicken, fish sauce, green papaya, or sayote, onions, ginger, garlic. I don't know how to pronounce that, and chili pepper leaves.
Moringa,
Who wants moringa? Okay.
moringa, yeah.
Moringa. Okay.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I think I know what this is, but I'm gonna let our fantastic panelists
Someone
reflect
other
on
than
it.
Kuya Tech. No one look at what he said.
That is, oh gosh, yeah, with sayote. I forgot.
Oh,
I feel like the sayote and the and And I think the chicken would be two obvious hints for those that know their Filipino
Tinola.
foods.
Tinola.
Yes. But you know what throws me off, and I didn't know this, that there's fish sauce in tinola. I did not know that. I look at that. Oh, so pretty. What a pretty picture. Um,
You can
can
also add spinach if you don't have the moringa.
Oh, that's a good one. I never thought about putting spinach.
But I have a lot of moringa in my backyard, so I use moringa. It's more healthier, the moringa.
Yes. So that is the moringa. Is that like the translation malunggay?
Yes, sister. Yes.
Oh, dahon sasili. Okay, so then it'll make it more spicy if we put that dahon sasili. Oh, okay. I like I like that.
All right, let's take a look at this one. So this simple dish is made with very few ingredients, and I feel like everyone's gonna know what this one is, since this one has wheat flour, water, eggs, yeast, and salt. And this is something they could have as a snack, appetizer, or a quick breakfast.
Is this pandesal?
I don't know, is it?
Is it?
Well, here, let's go ahead and see. But first, before we do that, let's go ahead and check in with some of our viewers and listeners. Let's say hello to Sister Little Bit Talent, who says we have an advance happy birthday to Sister Jessa Ayas. Happy birthday, Sister Jessa Ayas. And we also have a 49th wedding anniversary to us to Oyes Gregorio. Happy anniversary. And looks like we have okay, looks like everyone was guessing during the tinola part, and Sister Amy was guessing that this dish is pandesal, and everyone is right. This is pandesal. Yes, this would like be a
Of
go-to
course,
breakfast.
our baker, Sister Abby, is the one that guessed it. So maybe you can put this in your repertoire too, upon this.
Actually, funny story. My mom recently bought a pandesal maker and she's been meaning to make pandesal, but we just haven't gotten to it. So maybe this is like a signal for us to actually
Stop
get
the
on.
presses. There is a pandesal maker.
I
We'll
know. What
we'll
is
talk
that?
about this. We're gonna have to talk
Yeah.
about this.
I
We're,
don't I
we're
don't
learning
really
we're learning
know
so
where
much stuff on this show. Wow.
yeah, I don't really know where she got it from, but
Yes, Queen
it
Attack.
yeah. I'm now that I think about it, I should get on that. I should get on that pandesal maker.
Okay, all right. Let's see what we have next here. So this dish, excuse me, is made with deep fried rice batter, shrimp and veggies like carrots, onions, and scallions. And everything is scooped into a rough patty shape, then lowered into the deep fry oil until perfectly hot. I feel like I gave too many hints on this one. Okay,
Okoy?
so
Is it okoy? No.
okay, all right. What about you, Sister Abby? What do you think this is?
Oh, I'm allergic to shrimp, so I
Oh,
wouldn't.
okay.
I wouldn't know.
I think Sister Marissa got it because I couldn't think of it until she said it. Yes.
Okay, so here's what I need to know. Okay, so obviously we have it here all spelled out, but does Okoy start with an O or a U?
It's Okoy.
Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. All right. Because every time I hear people pronounce it, I'm just like, wait, Okoy or Ukoy?
Some people pronounce it at ukoy. I don't know if other province, but
Okay.
yeah, I grew up knowing it's Okoy. Okoy.
Okay. All right. And ooh, looks like oh wow, looks like we have a little question from a PJ and Thara from Orange County, California, and they're saying, "Have you tried pandesal with ice cream? It's a street food in the Philippines. It's pretty good, especially during the heat." I did not know that was a thing.
Yes.
Sure is. Sounds so good right now.
Wow. I guess
Halo, ice cream in a pandesal.
wow. I guess they're taking ice cream sandwich to a whole new level. Okay. All right. So we're on our last one. So this Filipino dessert salad can be enjoyed in a drink form. Essential ingredients for this include coconut water, coconut milk, pandan extract, and shredded coconut, and of course jelly. Which one is this?
I think the color green gave it away. I'm gonna guess Boko Pandan.
Yes.
Well, yes. Again, I feel like you give too many hints during this show. I got to remember during the show. Maybe next time I either give one hint or no hint at all. But yes, the answer is Buko Pandan.
Amazing. If anyone knows how to make this out there, feel free to send it our way. That looks amazing. It's one of those things where I always feel like it seems like it's a lot of work because there's like of quite a bit of components that go into it, and I'd like to outsource that. So if anyone out there would like to gift us buko pandan, happy to receive it, especially in this heat.
A fun story. One time, we were out at a Filipino a restaurant with my family, and then my cousin, who I think he was 7 years old at the time, maybe six, he ate something, and then apparently to him it was spicy. I didn't know, and so what he did to help ease the spiciness was have some buko pandan, and then he was all better, and that's all he wanted. So I'm just like, oh. Alrighty. Well, looks like we are at that part of the show. So thank you so much to all of our viewers and listeners, and most especially to our panelists. I learned a lot today, especially from that whole lumpia banter. I didn't know that those specific types had specific names. Like I just referred to them as the big or the smaller one. But wow, that is good to know. All right, but yes, thank Sister Jamie.
I was just gonna say, knowing is half the battle.
All right. Yes. Thank you so much, Sister Jamie, Sister Marissa, and Sister Abby for joining us in today's program. And we also have some updates here in the Ecclesiastical District of Texas, like coming up on this coming July 27th. We also have our INC giving activity, neighborhood appreciation, and of course on July 28th in Houston, Texas, we will be gathered with the Ecclesiastical District of South Central States for the celebration of the Iglesia de Cristo's 110th anniversary celebration. And so, of course, before we wrap up on our show, we just want to thank our multimedia advisor, Brother Matt Carl Talons, our Assistant District Minister, Brother Chody Sampson, our District Supervising Minister, Brother Chody Sampson, our Executive Producer, Brother Emmanuel Endaya, our CFO Coordinator and CEBSI CEO, Brother Angelo Arano V. Manalo, and of course, we can never forget to thank our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. Thank you so much for all your support in these programs, Paul. And before we wrap up on our show, do we have any personal greetings and shout outs from our own panelists here? Let's start with Sister Abby. Do you have any greetings and shout outs for us?
Yes, so I would first and foremost, I would like to shout out all the Filipino chefs that exist. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication to make me happy. And I'd also like to shout out my family who's watching, as well as the local congregation of San Antonio.
All right. And Sister Marissa, how about you? Do you have any greetings and shout outs for us?
Thank you for having me today, and I would like to say hi to all the brethren in our locale and my family. And I will see you on our anniversary.
All righty. And how about Sister Jamie? Do you have any greetings and shout outs for us?
Thank you all for tuning in to all of our brethren out here in Texas, most especially Austin for checking us out today. Also want to always, as always, like want to say hi to my family out there in Northwest California, per usual, and thank you all for tuning in.
All right. Thank you so much, Sister Jamie. And thank you so much again to all of our viewers and listeners for tuning in with us. Make sure to tune in to our INC Radio YouTube channel and subscribe. That's INC Radio DZEM 954. And of course, make sure to tune in to INC Radio Texas, which is every Saturday at 1:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And coming right after this, we have INC Radio Virginia. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.